Afternoon, gang. So, who on here is Gen X or a baby boomer? Because if you are, then you know what hot really is. Because all I've read all day and all I've heard on the radio all day is it's so hot, it's climate change, we need to get used to it, this is how bad it's going to be going forward, blah, 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 blah. I think it got to 32.6 degrees today, one day. And yes, the previous 4 or 5 days have been hot. They've been in the high 20s, 30 degrees, etc., etc. And it's going to be hot next week, but it's going down into the sort of comfortable mid 20s next week. And then what you find is you get the new sort of generation of eco warriors. I heard somebody on the radio today going, Generation X, every time it gets hot, all they talk about is 1976 and the summer of 1976 was hotter, blah, blah, blah. They don't know what they're talking about. It's hotter now. We've broken those records. We're getting hotter days now than they got in 1976. You're quite right. You are getting hotter days. We're getting 35 degrees, 36 degrees, 37 degrees, 38 degrees. I think the hottest during 1976 was 36.5 degrees or something like that on one day. And we have had much hotter days. But you're getting single days. Let me just explain to you, for those of you who weren't around and can't remember it. I was 7 in 1976, in the summer of 1976. It was absolutely bloody roasting from the end of May all the way through to the end of August. The whole time. We had a drought. We had 15 consecutive days when it was the temperature it is today, 32 degrees and above on the trot, 15 consecutive days. We had 6 weeks where it hit 30 degrees, 6 weeks on the spin where it hit 30 degrees. I think down in the southwest of England, they went 45 consecutive days without even a spit of rain, not a drop, not a thunderstorm, nothing. My mum was ill during that summer for a couple of days, had to go into hospital, so I went to stay with my aunt who lived out in the country. And I vividly remember that her garden, her pride and joy, her lawn was gone. Every single bit of grass had turned to sort of straw, and the ground had cracked to such an extent that you could put your hand down the cracks into the ground about a foot deep. There was zero moisture anywhere. We had massive droughts. We had water pumps on certain street corners in certain places. You lot have not experienced anything like that. 1976 was off the scale, unreal. Imagine the heat you've had today and you think it's a bit warm, and then do that for 6 weeks on the spin. That's how hot it was. Every single day, every single night. And this went on. That was just the middle part from June through to sort of August. It was bloody hot in May, and it was bloody hot right through July, through August, right to the end of August. And that was 50 years ago, 49 years ago. So what caused that? Was that climate change? Was that global warming? Was that CO2 in the atmosphere? So for all you youngsters who are 18, 20, 21, 25, 30, 35, 40, eco warriors saying, oh, well, it's hotter now, it's going to get hotter and hotter. It may well be hotter on the odd day, but believe you me, nothing you've seen, nothing you've experienced compared to that summer. So how do you explain that from a global warming perspective and a climate change perspective? Explain it to me.